welcome back to our channel, Everything Wedding. My name is Lori.
My name is Chris.
And today we are covering the LarkField. So we've got our pamphlet here. And it's a venue in Long Island. And it was definitely a very gorgeous venue. We went to go look at it. And, you know, they do the valet parking. They've got a nice tree-lined parking lot and everything. They've got a beautiful garden outside to take pictures in. You walk in and there's these beautiful, gorgeous staircases and everything where your guests will be entering through for the first time. And then, you know, it's very gorgeous. They've got like chandeliers everywhere. Everything looks very nice and clean and professional.
Yeah.
And then you go into the cocktail hour and, you know, it's very open. The ceilings are very nice and tall. They do have two separate ballrooms and two separate cocktail hours and everything because they do two parties at the same time. I believe that they stagger them, though, so that you don't even notice that another party is going on. And so the cocktail hours are gorgeous. They have the indoor and the outdoor parts of it. And then they have the ballrooms. So again, two separate ballrooms. One is smaller, one is bigger. I went to go look at the smaller one just because our guest list permitted for the smaller one. And, you know, we kind of made up a guest list before going to look at venues, which I would highly recommend, just so that you have a ballpark and an idea of how many people around about you're going to need, because you definitely don't want to, you know, have a venue for 200 people and you don't have that.
Right.
So.
Yeah. The minimums play a big part, you know, and you know, with this particular venue, for the smaller ballroom, which held 240 maximum, the minimum was 150. So you needed 150 people in the smaller ballroom, and if you didn't meet that minimum, you'd have to pay for every plate you didn't have. So say you had 140. Typically, their venues make you pay the extra 10 plates that weren't there because the minimum was 150. So just keep that in mind when you guys are looking at venues and decide to take that route. But the larger ballroom had even more of a minimum, so it was like 200 and plus, and you needed to meet that minimum, which is pretty important, right?
Yeah.
When you're looking at venues. So yeah, I wouldn't even waste your time if you know you can't meet the minimum. I wouldn't even bother, you know. Yeah. So hopefully we can save you guys a trip, you know. If you see, you know, if you catch one of our videos, you're like, oh yeah, no, not even close. Like don't even bother. So yeah.
I mean, the minimums sometimes do fluctuate, and sometimes you can bargain on the minimums for like a day wedding or a Friday night or a Sunday wedding, or
right.
even like a Thursday wedding or sometime during the week. Of course, the minimums are going to be lower,
right.
But for like a Saturday during like the prime season, definitely keep it in mind.
Yeah, we're mostly just basing off of like peak season, so May through September, and usually a weekend. So that's pretty much where, if we're telling you a minimum or a price, like that's pretty much where our baseline is, you know.
Yeah.
And then you can definitely get it lower, like Lori was saying, you know, if you go, you know, in the daytime, or if you go in midweek or something, off season, you can definitely, you know, there's a lot of flexibility there. But for the most part, we're just gonna cover
like Saturday nights.
Saturday nights, yeah, Sunday, and May through September, so peak season normally.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and so a lot of these places also have packages and everything. Something cool about the LarkField's package was that they have their own DJ company, so you never really have to worry, oh, is the DJ company going to be available? They've just like already got their own company, so they're always available, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah. And then, so the way that we're going to do the videos in terms of like prices, because of course everyone wants to know the prices. And again, this is for like the peak season for like Saturday nights more so. But it definitely does apply to the rest of the weekends during the peak season. So we're going to do like dollar symbols. And so $1 symbol is going to be $125 to $150. $2 symbols will be $150 to $175. $3 symbols will be $175 to $200, and $4 symbols will be $200 and plus. And this is after the plus that most places add on.
Yeah, so the plus is also something we found about later on in the game where we were looking at venues. They give you a price, but sometimes they forget to mention that there's a New York sales tax, right, of like 8.6%, I believe. And then they also do typically a 20% service fee. Most venues have, but sometimes they don't. So, we'll let you guys know. This venue did have both, so it's another almost 30% on top of the price they're going to tell you, which is also something to keep in mind when you're shopping for venues,
And we're going to include that so that you guys don't have to do all the math. So our price ranges do include the price after the plus is added because we're not accountants, and majority of people planning weddings aren't.
Yep, 100%. So try to keep it as simple as possible for the people at home.
Yeah. So the LarkField for the smaller ballroom on like a Saturday night about in the peak season definitely did fall into the $2 thimble category, like after all your taxes and service fees are included.
Right. So that's the pricing, and
But overall, it was a beautiful place.
It was really nice. Yeah, we really liked the atmosphere. They had a nice chandelier in the cocktail hour, which really made a statement for the guests, and the back patio was really beautiful as well. So definitely something you guys should check out if it fits your criteria and fits in what you guys are looking for. But there it is, the LarkField, Nassau County, Long Island, New York. So, all right. Well,
hopefully this video helped you guys, and can't wait for you guys to watch our next video.
See you next week, people.
Don't forget to hit that like button.